Hey everybody, Steve here from The Varied Life, and we're going to do a Gundam ATST paint job. So let's hang out of your hats and get started on this new series. Hey everybody, we're back, and instead of working on our Star Wars Gundam ATST Walker Robot Dreadnought guy, we're taking a look at a time-lapse. So what are we printing out? Well, we're printing out a base for our Star Wars Gundam ATST Walker Robot Dreadnought guy that's really going to bring this print into its own with a combination of not only the Walker, but the base with some distressed look. The picture I have in my mind is that it's going to be awesome. But before we get to the base, let's go back to the Star Wars Gundam ATST Walker Robot Dreadnought guy. This is what we have so far. It's been a little while. I got caught up in some other things, but we can see this is turning out pretty good, and I ended up printing a base that is going to be really nice, and I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to put some distressing work on here. Just some wear, some dirt, and we're going to end up using this little thing here, which is a green stuff weathering stick. So basically it's just a little piece of foam, and what we're going to end up doing is just kind of going in, and basically we're just going to take, and we're using an oak brown, and what we're going to end up doing is just kind of taking some of this, and then you can just kind of blot this on. So on some of these areas you can just kind of, come onto here and just kind of put some dirt or some wear marks on it, and I think that will turn out to do okay, and especially kind of around the feet. And so that way it's got some type of, little wear and tear, as we can see there. And that'll kind of break up a little bit of the colors. And if you get too much, you can always just kind of just go back and just kind of pick it up here and there. This will add a little bit of color. See if we can get a little bit of extra light on the subject. Kind of see what we got there. So yeah, not bad. Again, I don't want to do too crazy on it. Just enough to where it shows the things are a little worn. Not bad. This will definitely show that it's got some little wear and tear on it. So yeah, I think we're happy with that. Alrighty, so there we have it. Got a little bit of wear and tear, a little bit of grime on there. It's turning out pretty good. So now I think what we'll end up doing is we will set him over there, and the next thing we're going to end up doing is working on the base. So that will be our next thing. So we're looking at doing some stone colors for the pavers, and of course we're going to have some brick. It's going to be interesting to see how to do this. You know, we got some weapons, we got some shell casings here that are obviously going to be brass, so we'll have that come into play. And then we have some little tiny skulls that we're going to deal with. See if we can zoom in a little bit. Take a look. So yeah, it'll be good. So definitely we do have some skull action there. Where's my little pointer? So we got some skulls, we got some rebar, some concrete, some pavers, paving stones. We got, you know, old rifle that we'll have to paint, shell casings. It'll be really interesting. I think we'll try to do like a green, like a antique or patina on some of this stuff, kind of give it some different colors, and then we'll have some brown scattered in here, and to kind of offset all this. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. This will be interesting to see what we'll do. And I think what I'll end up doing first is kind of the bigger colors. So these large areas of the gray with the paved stones, I think we'll kind of do that first, and then we'll do some of the next larger areas or second largest areas, and then the last little bit will be the little tiny details, the skulls, the shells, the gun, and you know, individual rocks. We'll have some dirt in there, you know, some little dirt to break up all of the gray that we have. And yeah, we'll probably throw on some rust, which is something that we'll try that. And then with the guy himself, I think what we'll end up doing is doing some rust work on him as well. So, and for rust work, we just happen to have dirty down rust, and then on some of this we also have the dirty down water soluble moss, so we can put some little bits of moss on there, kind of similar to what we did on this one here. This is a base for a dragon, and yeah, I think that came out kind of good. So you know, we have the rocks and everything, and have the moss. It might have overdone it a little bit, but I think this will turn out really well when we get this guy on board, and we will paint him. So you can see this will be an interesting character to do with all of those details and everything. So where is it? Yeah. So he'll sit on there like that, and you can see some of the details on him that will be Very, very interesting. So you can see that there. So yeah, the underside of the wings and all of that will be, it'll be very, very nice. So I think this will work out good. With that being said, we'll just go ahead and we'll let this guy dry, and we'll continue on, and we will do a little bit of the base on the next one.
Few moments later.
Okay, so now that we have the base primed, we're going to use some uniform gray for the pavers on this. I think it's kind of a good neutral color, and it'll come out kind of good, because I've got some plans for this. We're going to have gray. I kind of foresaw the red brick, saw some brown in there. Kind of end up putting some green and some yellow, if you can imagine that, and then also some silver or steel colors, and of course the skulls and the brass, all of that stuff, the Aquila that's on the base. So there's going to be a lot of colors in this, but to tie those all together, I think we can do really well with a base of these pavers being gray. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of slap that stuff on there. And here we go. Nothing terribly exciting, just kind of a wide brush, get it on there, and do the rest of the pavers. It's not anything real exciting, no big technique, it's just making sure you get everything coated and go on to the next one. Alrighty, so we're just about finished up with the gray pavers. Again, nothing real exciting, but it'll give us a base to work with. And we'll put some other colors on there. We'll put some distressing and add some darker colors to get some depth. But with that, we're going to move on, and we're going to use Necromancer Cloak and do some of these other pieces. I don't want to put everything in gray, but with the Rebel and things like that, we have like concrete colors. So I wanted to mix up the colors of the stones to kind of offset it so everything wasn't the same color. So we'll just go ahead and shake up our paints here and move on. So here we're taking a dip with the Necromancer Cloak, and what we end up seeing is that, yeah, there's not a real huge difference. Not a lot of contrast there. So yeah, we're going to bring in some matte black, and what we'll do is we'll bring in some of that black to kind of give a little bit of contrast to that color. Instead of just having two closely knitted grays next to each other, I wanted something to stand out, and this might do it. So we'll go ahead and mix those paints up there, and then we'll end up just kind of bringing that over. Paint right over top, and that kind of seems like that's a darker, seems more like a concrete, so I think we're going to roll with that, and we'll just get the edges and continue on with this, and we could probably do some airbrushing or some edge highlighting later on to kind of set that apart from the rest of the things on the base there. Okay, so that's going to be it for today. We're going to continue on and finish up a little bit of details here. Be sure to stand by for the next video and see what happens next. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to stay up to date with what's going on with us. The Buried Life is we're retired in Korea. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.